Segment 1, babe. Oh, river cruising. Let us know what that is.
Yeah, so before we start talking about the myths and truths, river cruises are smaller vessels that are about no more than 200 people, and they go right through the waterways in Europe. So they go right through France, Amsterdam, Germany, we go through Vienna, in Budapest, and even Prague. And these boats dock right into the center of the heart of the city. And so you can just walk off the boat literally in meters away from the Eiffel Tower, the center of the city, and just really explore the cities that you're going through. And those are river cruises.
Yeah, and which, by the way, I was a big cynic of. And I'll tell you what, I am now a fan. I'm even sporting their gear. Like, I'm all about it, because let me tell you something, exactly what you just said. And again, we love ocean cruises, nothing against ocean cruising, but river cruises really puts you in the center of the culture of the places that you're traveling in, literally in the center of the city. So I'm a huge fan of that.
Well, why don't we tell them where we were last week?
Yes, we were in the Asta River Cruise Expo
2025
in Vienna. We met a lot of amazing people.
We got to explore 16 different river cruise
vessels.
Vessels, yes. So some of them had like 2 or 3 of their own boats from their one company. So we got to visit at least about 8 different boats. And 16 in total. So we got to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, explore the boats, do inspections, check out the different rooms. We ate really good.
Super good.
Yeah, and we got to just really enjoy what those boats would have to offer if they were to go into the center of the city.
Yeah.
And we were very fortunate enough. We stayed on one of the AmaWaterways. They had 3 boats there. But we got to explore some really nice boats.
I fell in love with a few of them, and I'm telling you, like, forget about it. Like, that's how I want to, like, cruise now, is river cruising.
So then let's talk about those myths.
Yeah, all right, so here I go.
So I will tell you, he was not a believer.
I was not.
And so...
I'm a believer. I'm a believer now, girl.
So now...
I love it.
Keep drinking.
I'm going to keep drinking. So here, can we start with the myths?
Yeah, let's go. Hold on. I need
myths
my glasses.
and truths of river cruising.
Okay, go.
Episode 2.
I think this is the big one, so let's just hit the hard one. They say that river cruising is for the seasoned and...
Well, when I do this, I throw you a myth and then you tell me the truth.
Like, why can't I say it?
Because you're so informative, I just want to toss it to you. Like, you know what I mean?
Because this is your show.
Exactly. So, myth number 1. River cruises are for only retirees. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, maybe 20-something years ago, I could understand that. But they have evolved, and I think that's not the norm anymore. I think people in our age group, that's
so very young,
and want to be able to go through the heart of the cities. And I think the dynamic is changing, and so yeah, I mean, is it for retirees? Some boats, but there are other boats that really do gear towards a multi-generational. So for instance, like, we would be a perfect example. We have teenagers and we have in-laws, so the boat would be perfect for our family, because we were able to entertain everybody and
yeah. So I think the point there, it's not one size fits all, right? So it's not just for elderly. Yes, there are ships and vessels, or whatever you want to call them, that cater to the elderly, and there's some that are multi-generational. There's some that want kids there 12 years old. And they have bikes, and they have things on the ship for yoga and things that really kind of target our audience, which are, I guess that's those sandwich years, right? Where you have children and you have your elderly parents still around. So
yeah,
I'm gonna get to myth number 2.
Go for it.
The myth number 2 that I heard, that there's nothing to do on board. Like, I find that...
Look, we got that thumbs up thing again.
Does it...
Oh, fireworks!
Yes! Oh my God. Cheers! Yes, please. I love AI. Okay. Wow, wait. Can I do it again?
Yay! I think it was a
Damn it!
It was a one-time
deal. Okay. So,
Okay, things to do on the boat.
Yes.
So what's really cool is that you can do cooking classes on some boats. All of the boats that we pretty much saw, except for maybe 2, all had bicycles. And I'm talking about like 30 bicycles on the boat. So like if you were to just go right into Paris, you could jump on a bicycle with your family and just cruise around the city on your own, which is pretty cool.
Spas, they have great spas.
Great spas, a lot of yoga, exercise, and it's like right there, like on the top of the boat. So you are literally like overlooking.
They have gyms,
the Eiffel Tower, and like exercising, doing yoga in the morning.
Yeah.
Saunas, gyms. And the food is, I don't think we had a bad meal.
No, there's some that even have like pickleball courts on the top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard, that's for the elderly.
That's true.
Yeah, but the pickleball is more for semi-elderly like myself. No, I think there are a lot of things to do. Again, if you're expecting an ocean cruise,
like gambling
Broadway
on the boat,
show
yeah, that's not
gonna happen.
But what's great is that since you are docked up to the center of the city versus an ocean cruise, an ocean cruise, sometimes you are docked up. People are like, "Oh, I'm going to Rome." Yeah, well, your port is about 2 hours away from Rome. So what's great is that you're right smack dab in the center of the city. So I can have dinner, and then I can still go out to a club that night if I want to. And then I could leave, the in-laws on the back of the boat if they don't want to go out partying that night. And then you could still come back to the boat. I mean, that's the beauty of being able to have the boat right in the center.
Yeah, and I think we always say that the entertainment is not really on the boat, it's the city that you're in. So you dock, the entertainment's there. The whole city is yours.
It's a true cultural, immersive experience.
100%. We have our dog here, by the way. So all right. So number 3, river cruising isn't luxurious.
It's actually very luxurious.
Oh my lord! I have to please.
These boats were beautiful. They're like hotels on the ocean, and they're stunning. There's so many different areas that you can sit, relax. The bars are stunning, really, really pretty.
Yeah, I mean, there was one that just the spa area, like I had my jaw to the floor. I was like, this is better than some spas that we have in Miami Beach.
Yeah.
But again, I do want to preface something that it's luxurious, but there's there's different levels and different experiences in every boat. You have the elite of the elite where you have tuxedo dressed butlers at your disposal.
Some boats have that.
To some that are more, relaxed
more
and
casual.
average and more casual. So again, there's different levels of luxury that you could choose from in these river cruises, and I think that's important to. And again, here's the shameless plug for travel advisors. Your travel advisor, because we do inspect this, because we do live this, and have looked into it, stayed on them, and have lived it.
Can find the right boat for you. And
travel advisors are needed to find the temperature.
Because I have to be honest, even though I've been in the travel industry for a little while, because we're familiar with certain names in the industry, we always try to push the court towards those because we know that they have a good reputation. But now going to which is great because the Astor River Crew Expo is only for travel agents. So we get to see all of the boats. And so we get to actually see the diversity of them and to see what they have to offer. Which I think comes to our last myth, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait. Well, 4. If you want to
it's 4. And this we could touch real briefly because I think myth 5 is really important. River cruises only visit crowded tourist cities, which that's a myth, a big myth. Actually, you could go to the heart of some big cities, but I think the one that we want to go to in the fall is really like wine country in France. So it's not overly populated, which if you listen to episode 1, which I recommend you do, I think overpopulation, over tourism is a big thing. And I think
it's everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. But I think this is a good option, river cruising, to actually go to these cultural places that you would normally not go to, and you're not going to get overpopulated, over tourism, right?
Yeah. Well,
that's a good tennis bounce back comment. So last myth, so we could wrap up this segment. Myth 5, which I honestly really want to touch upon this. It's not worth the price.
So Yes. Are they pricey? Yes. But here's the great thing. Almost all of them, everything's included. You don't have to worry about anything. So, you're paying a price. You're just changing the level of your room. But what's nice is that if you go into the heart of a city, let's say you go to Amsterdam, they will have a half day in the morning or a half day in the afternoon tour or a full day. And if you don't want to go, you don't go. Or maybe I want to go see the tulips and he wants to go do wine tasting. What's great is that we get to pick what we want and don't have to do. So the majority do come with all of this. It comes with all of the food. It comes with everything. So that's the beauty of it. A lot of them even do pre and post cruises, like meaning if I was going to do like the Amsterdam tour, I may get a package where I can stay in Amsterdam 3 days prior, or let's say in Vienna an extra 3 days post the trip, or some of them even help you with the airfare. And then what I do love is that one particular line, which happens to be one of the highest luxury ones, they offer kind of like an a la carte. So you're paying just your base price, and then you pick the ones that you want. And what's nice is that you don't have to pick before you go. Like, hey, I don't feel like doing anything today. Hey, can I jump on that tour? So that's the great thing about it, is that you get to pick what you want. A lot of them come with all of the alcohol. Some of them start at, what was it?
Open bar
from like 10 a.m. to like midnight.
Yeah.
And we're talking about top shelf alcohol here. So,
and the more luxurious ones, which this is where my mouth dropped, was they have top shelf, and I love bourbon. They were like, room. Yeah, your butler would say, "What do you want? What's your favorite bourbon?" And you give them the favorite bourbon.
And
they have it. It's in your room, in your mini bar, stocked every day.
And that's not extra. So, yes. I mean, are you paying a little bit more? Well, yeah, but I also like comfort. If you're like us, you know, and.
But I mean, if you honestly, there's a good debate for that, because if you add up the transportation, the transfers, the expeditions, the alcohol, the food, all those things that you would do, gratuity. If you had to add all that you would do in a normal trip,
it would come out to be the same.
It would come out to be the same,
or even more.
Yeah, and I feel that you get a much more immersive experience. So for me, the value of money in river cruising is there. The sticker shock might hit you right off the bat, but when you start diving into everything that it's included in there, you're gonna see that it's really worth every penny. So.
Yeah, I agree.
So river cruising, yes?
No, I'm sold.
Sold.
Like sold.
Cheers.
Sold. Cheers.
Wait, let's see if we get that AI.
No, I think we have to go.
Oh, look, I got it.
We know you got thumbs up. Yeah, but I don't want that. I want the fireworks.
You gotta do that. Okay. Well, river cruising. That's what it's going on. So now.